welcome back to the top 100 games of all time. We're going to be looking at numbers 80 through 71 today. And we've had a long, hard week off. So let's get back into it. Number 80. All right. Today we're going to start with number 80, Fun Facts. That's right. Fun Facts is a fun game, party game that you play and you learn more about your friends or maybe your enemies that you invited over and you want to see what the problem is. So you all play a game. There's going to be a question. Usually it's 0 to 100 is somewhere where you can decide what your answer is going to be, and everybody decides how important that particular question is. So it's like, what is how high on your list of to-dos is your board game, playing board games? And then you'd be like, well, I'd like to be at 90. Be a 90 or 1 through 10 or something. And everybody decides, and then you try and figure out where you fit in the friends that you got playing the game. So my 90 would be pretty high, but somebody else's might be low. They might only have it at 10. Now, you don't know their numbers. You only know yours, and you're just trying to guess, well, I think he doesn't care about board games as much as me, so I'm going to put myself higher on the list. And you go with, and then one by one you flip them over, and you get points for being correct. And if you are incorrect, you lose a point. And whenever you're done really playing, you can just pretty much stop. I think it gives you a stopping point, but this is one of those games where it's more of an activity, and it really helps you learn more about the people that you're playing games with. So if you're at like a board game convention or your local store playing games with a new group, and you guys are getting along and you want to learn more about each other, see if you guys might mesh more than you are, it's a great way to start learning about people. Fun Facts, my number 80. Number 79. We're going to go right to number 79. Formula D, formerly known as Formula Day. I do like some racing games, and this one is the first one I played in the hobby with Formula D, and it's a fun going around the track, and you're trying to make sure you're going around not too fast around the corners, and you're doing the laps, trying to beat your friends. And now they've kind of had new games that are a little more updated. I like this one at this point. I'm not going to say if it's my most favorite yet, but I like this one because it gives you a real feel of being in a race car and you're going around on a longer track. A lot of the newer games like Downforce is great, but it's a short track, and it's kind of like they made it quicker, which is fine. But when I think of racing, I think of NASCAR, and I think of Daytona 500, and it's like a 3-hour long spree. Now, I don't want this to be a 3-hour long game, but I do like the fact that it's a longer track than most of the newer games that are coming out that are races. So I do like this one, and for the fact that it has the long track and you can do many of the things that you would do in a race car, slow down, shift, and don't spin out on the corners, and don't crash, all that fun stuff. It's really got a nice mix of everything that you would want in a race. So that's my number 79, Formula D. Number 78. And what's this? We're on number 78. So clever of me. No, it's not. So Clover is my number 78. Another party game here. We're getting into some of the party games that I like. I do enjoy getting a group of people together, and then you're like putting down, you get random words, and you can't decide where you're putting them. They're randomly put onto a 4-leaf clover, and then you have to figure out what one word puts these two words together. So you might have something easy like high and balloon, and you'll be like, oh, well, that's easy. I'll just put you can't put hot air. I can't think of the word. Big blimp. You put blimp. And then that's an easy one. You got blim for those two words. But then on the other side, you might have farm and uh, carpet. Now, I don't know how you're going to put those two words together. I'm sure there's some way that you could do it. Maybe you got an idea that you want to put in the comments, but I don't know what you would do for farm and carpet. So that one you might set aside. Do the other two combinations of words because you're going to get 4 different sides that you have to make up a one word answer for to connect those words. And then after everybody's done, everybody's going to look at one person's, and you're going to go around the table, and they're going to try and figure out what that one person was trying to tell you. That person doesn't get to help at all, so you kind of hope that you know what you're doing. And it's a fun game where you can see how much you know somebody's thought process, and hopefully you get to have some laughs, and it's usually laughs for us. So that's why I like it. The laughs keep coming at number 78 with So Clover. Number 77. And today we're going to talk about my number 77. Roll for the Galaxy. Another dice rolling game. Now I do like Race for the Galaxy. I've played them both. I did get them both played at some point. Roll for the Galaxy has always been a little bit easier because it's fun to roll the dice and see what kind of random stuff you might get versus like grabbing cards, getting random stuff. So you roll some dice, you look at the dice, you go, I guess I want to do this ability this time, mostly because I got more of the dice that fit in that ability. Or maybe I might only take like 1 or 2 instead of the 4 over here. Might take the 2 dice that fit over here and do this other ability. And it's always fun to decide, do I want to get more powerful ability or do I want to get this one that I need to get done? And usually I go with the one that I need. But sometimes it's like, well, I can put that off for another round. Or maybe the guy on the other guys and girls playing with me, they're going to be like, I'm going to get that ability going. So I'll get to use both still. And it works out perfectly. It all depends on what you have going, what other people have going, and how much you're willing to risk that they're going to do this other ability so that you can get them both done. Because if you can get more than just your one done, you're doing great. So, fun game. You play to like I don't even want to pretend like I remember how many points it is, but you play to like I'll pretend 10-ish. 10's in my mind, and it's a quick game. It takes about an hour. If you play on BGA, I think it's really fast because the computer does most of the work. But I do that with friends that live far away. But of course, I always prefer to have the real thing in my hand. I will always play a board game over something on the computer if I have a choice. And this is one of those games that I enjoy. I have sitting right over there. My number 77. Roll for the Galaxy. Number 76. All right, today we're talking about my number 76. And that's at this very moment because we already talked about 80 through 77. Teotihuacan, City of the Gods. It has a little Mahjong type of building block here. And there's like 5 or 6 things as you're going around the town or the city. As you're going around the city, you're just trying to get as many points and as many objectives done as you can. And the thing I like about it is the Mahjong type of castle that it's got going on. I like that probably the most just because it reminds me of my childhood when I used to play that when I was younger. And now I don't really know how to play it anymore, really. Maybe I do if I looked at it and stuff, but I do like the fact that you're going around basically in a circle and you can use your workers and lose them and then get them back, or there's ways to take somebody else's worker out and get them, or then they have to get them back. And I do like the fact that the look of this game and the replayability of the game really makes it shine for me. And that's number 76, Teotihuacan, City of the Gods. Number 75. My number 75. Now, this is a bag building game it's either love it or hate it for most people. And I'm actually kind of in the middle, which is unique, I think. It's Quacks of Quedlinburg, and a lot of people don't like it because it's very random and it's very luck based on what you can pull out of your bag. Um, I like being able to just pull something out of the bag and see how bad my luck can get. And there are some people that will always probably crush me at this game because luck is always seems to be on their side, at least when they go up against me. But I still have fun pulling out the bag going, ooh, can I make it one more spot on the potions track? Can I go a little farther? Can I go? Nope, I guess I shouldn't have done that. I should have stopped 5 seconds ago before I pulled that last one. And I like the fact that it's a quicker game. And it's only got like, I want to say like 5 rounds, somewhere around there. And when I go around taking my rounds, I am really random, and I usually try not to push my luck too far. Once I get like one or two away from exploding my potions, I will stop because I know that at that point, the next one or two will blow up my potion, and I'm not sure when that will be, but it will be very soon. And then I only get like one perk off of how far I got instead of both perks. But the little geek bits are always nice. I do like those. And pulling stuff from the thing and having different abilities popping up randomly, which makes it a little more replayability, is a little more widespread, even though it's not super um, super widespread, I guess. It doesn't exactly go to anything that you want, but there are like 5 or 6 different things that could pop up. Anyways, that is my number 75, Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Number 74.
All right, my number 74 is Federations. Federations is a newer game that came out, and you get to like build a civilization. And you're doing the civilization by placing your ambassadors out there on a certain track to get their role. And then once you do that, you're going to send out your spaceships to negotiate with other communities, as they will, and reach farther out into the galaxy. And then after you reach out and do your little spaceship maneuvers in the galaxy, trying to get more influence with other races, so you increase your influence. You forge your friendships with other races, and then you try and just become the biggest and most prestigious alien race in the world to take over everything. And that is number 74, Federations.
Number 73.
All right, we're going to talk here about winter. It is pretty cold up here. We had a nice week, and then we got cold again. And it made me think that we're in the dead of winter. Number 73. Isn't that a cheesy way to get in there to talk about dead of winter? It is. And I'm okay with that because cheese is great. And if you don't like cheese, I suggest you just go south, somewhere south, far, far away, because cheese is up here and we like cheese. So Dead of Winter is a crossroad game. That's what they called it. And really, it was one of the few. I can't really think of many other crossroad games. I think a couple of them did it, but they didn't do it the same, and it was different. I liked the way they did it in Dead of Winter. You are a few survivors of a zombie apocalypse, and you are building up a warehouse to protect yourselves from all the zombies outside while trying to get everything you need to survive. And sometimes you got to go out and get stuff from the stores, and you're going to stores and you're getting supplies to help feed everybody and take care of stuff. And you all have different objectives that you have to try and obtain. Most of them are good. There are a couple that are questionably good. The cool thing is that I like the zombie apocalypse aspect. I like the little bit of a hidden trader in it. And the theme is right there on on par. I do like watching some zombie apocalypse type things, and this one really hits the spot. It's my number 73, Dead of Winter.
Number 72.
We get into number 72, Chronicles of Crime. I like problem solving and working together with a team, trying to figure out what should we do, how do we do this, and this game really does it. You got an app to use, and you're like, okay, who should we go talk to now? Should we go talk to the florist? Maybe she knows something about how Dr. Xavier died, so we should talk to her. Oh, she doesn't know how he died, at least that's what she says, but she seems to have some information pointing to the butler over here. So I'll go talk to the butler, and then you get off, and then he tells you go talk to somebody else after he gives you some information, and then you're like, well, what about that other person at the bank we didn't talk to yet? Maybe the butler is sending us on bad track, so we'll go talk to this person over here at the bank. And you're just deciding as a team who you want to talk to and how you're going to figure out enough information and get it right as fast as possible. Because you're trying to do it just like in a real crime. You want to figure out who did the deed quickly, because the longer you wait, the more cold the trail gets, and they might get away. So, 72, Chronicles of Crime. I really enjoy being a detective and figuring out what it is.
Number 71.
And we're back, folks, with our final of the day. Number 71, Broom Service. That's right. We got witches, we got mountains, we got forests, we got water, we got clouds. We've got everything you could use when you're a witch to make potions. So what you do here in this one is you're going to go around with two witches. You're going to decide which areas you want to either move them to or have them do their abilities in. And you're going to either choose to be brave or cowardly. If you're cowardly, you get to do half of your ability. But if you choose brave, you could get to do your ability. Or if somebody after you, because you go around the table chooses brave, or if somebody after you chooses brave, they get to, and nobody else does, the last person to choose brave goes and does the brave reward. Well, you get to do nothing. You don't even get to do cowardly. So what you're doing is it's a risk reward type of thing, and you got to figure out what everybody else is doing, and you're using wands to get clouds out of the sky, get some sun, and then you're going to make potions, and you're going to take those potions to the towers, where somebody's going to make those potions and give you points for them, and you can get rid of those clouds, like I was saying, which also gets you points. And you're going around trying to get to the best towers that is paying the most for what you have. And at the end of the day, you're trying to get the most points, like most games, and the winner is going to be the one with the most points. So this game's really neat. I enjoy moving on the map and deciding, ooh, I'm first. Do I want to go cowardly? I know that they might want to go into the forest area as well. Or maybe nobody's near forest and you're like, I'm pretty safe going brave in the forest. But then if you're last, you get a little bit of a reprieve and you're like, well, no matter what anybody picks, I can definitely choose brave because I'm the last one. Nobody's going after me. So it's really fun. It's got a neat mechanism where they bring out random abilities that happen per round, and you get to play with up to, I think it's 5 people. And they do have one expansion for it. And Broom Service is just a great game to play with your kids or your friends, and you get to be little witches making potions. What's better than that? I don't know. Can't think of anything right now, so it's just the best. Or is it? We'll just cut most of this out anyways. So that's my number 71, Broom Service, and that will finish off this 10. Hope you enjoyed it. So if you have questions, comments, feel free to leave them below. we will see you next time. Hopefully in just a couple days. I'm going to try and get out the next group of 10 because we missed last week, which was disappointing. I'm sorry about that. I will be trying to do better now that I'm back in pretty good health. So we will see you soon.